Hello everyone. Being in front of this really bright light from my window must only imply that this video is going to be a setup tour. I said I was going to do one, and right now I'm putting off playing Family Guy on the PS2 because I'm entering the really hard areas that I actually quit on, and didn't proceed any further because I've only got the game as of like last month. But I thought, I'd go around and give the rough tour. I mean, you always see, like, where I'm sitting in my channel, I mean, this is a completely different angle, but you always see back there whenever I'm doing a video and I've got myself in the corner. That's the area you see, but you never see what's in front, with the whole consoles and the games. And then if you see any games that you want done a playthrough in the future, let me know. I've got some plans for what's up next. So like, I've got after the Ballad of Gay Tony, I'm going to do Mafia 2. Then after that, or after Red Dead, whichever one, I'm going to give some space with Family Guy, do some of that, and then it's going to be Red Dead Redemption 1 and Metal Gear Rising, which I'm planning. And then that's like the short term. I don't know what I'm doing in the long term yet. I mean, it all depends what people like, but yeah, I'm going to give a tour now. I'm going to start over there, and I'm going to move over towards what you don't see and my games area, and then yeah, I mean, I've tidied up to the best of my ability, but there's a few things that I just can't put away, and I'll show you. So I'm starting on this white wall, and you'll actually see that if I go up here, this is my art wall, and there was way more stuff. If I go in, there was way more up here, but it all fell down. And I'll show you the other stuff, just because this is going to be an in-depth tour. But I like art on the side, and if you're interested in the art, I also do cartoons. I'll go through that in a sec. I've got an art channel, which I should put in the video when I'm editing. But yeah, we got Nico over here. This was a really old one, hence the rips in the top. And then I started these coloured ones, which, I mean, I was quite pleased with them. I'd say the Saw one is my favourite. Saw 7's promotional photo. Black and white Christopher Lee at the top, and then I got this Scarface one down here. And then yeah, I'll move to my desk, and you'll see it's a blooming mess because I can't. These are too big, and when I'm drawing, they go on my bed, and then I've got space here. But I mean, I do like 6 to 8 cartoons a day when I'm doing them, but so far I've only done 2 out of this set. So I've got the Cromulon, this is the new one, this is yet to be posted anyway. I've got the Cromulon from Rick and Morty, and then I've got Mr. Krabs underneath, and then I'm yet to start Betty from Top Cat. He's just chilling. But yeah, so that's kind of a thing. And then like underneath that, you'll see these folders. There is another one under that. That's actually where I've got them all. If you're interested in seeing the finished one, I've got that on my art channel, which I'll put in the video, so you get to see that. Here's the signature chair of superiority that I sit in most of my videos. It's like, I think it's my great granddad's or my great nan's that we had in our loft, and then like my brother had it, but he never used it. He just chucked clothes on it. So I took it down here because my old gaming chair was falling apart, so I wanted something a bit more classy. But that is pointing towards the setup. Hello. So start over here. I've got some Metal Gear Rising stuff up there. I actually had a few more with the stuff that fell off the wall. Got a Thwomp there. Got Arkham Joker over here. That took forever, but then looking back on it, I could definitely do better nowadays. This was ages ago. And then underneath, I've got the poster for the Ballad of Gay Tony, for the complete edition of GTA 4, along with my chair and my Christmas dongle hat. Basically, this is the corner of stuff that's way too big, so I just put it in a corner. There's no way for it. Don't ask what that is. That's not a real gun, hence the little barrel here. It's a prop gun. I mean, you wouldn't get a barrel on a rifle like that, or a repeater. But then we go over here, and yeah, here's the full scope of things. I mean, you can see GTA 4 really gets everywhere. We've got Dimitri and we got Nico at the top. But let's go through the games. So here are the I thought I'd do the PlayStation shelf, so I've got one PS1 game which I never play and I don't really want. Then I've got the PS2 games. We're big party game fans because we've had the PS2 for ages, so we got all these Buzz games. But then other than that, I've got Crash to Insanity, Wrath of Cortex, Titans, Spider-Man 2, I swear that's like a meme-worthy game, Crazy Taxi, which I heard is getting a new one, and then my most recent purchases from Russia with Love and Family Guy, the video game, with this little Peter Griffin here. As you can see, I mean, like, I'm glad I'm doing this on the channel, but it's such a hard game. It's such a hard game. Then I've got the PSP games and 2 PSPs here. So I've got both the GTA games for the PSP. I think Chinatown Wars was on PSP maybe, but I think it's predominantly on DS. And I think it's for DS. And then I've got some random niche games that, I mean, like, I never play. I don't even think I got the things in there, like, I don't know. Then we got the PS3 games. This big red one actually has some DVDs for the PS3 games that we were given when I bought the PS3 Super Slim, which is over here. This is the might as well move my orange juice over here. This is what I use for my videos, so when I'm recording the GTA games and eventually Metal Gear Rising, it creates so much noise, but I literally worked at Asda's to save up for this thing before Christmas. And when I got it, I was like, yes! And then I was waiting on Christmas for the games to come through. So I had in here. I mean, they're not games I play much. You know, because I can't put them anywhere because I don't have the game cases. We've just given the discs. Uncharted 2, Diablo 3, and some weird Africa World Cup thing. Which, I mean, like, no. But I found this, you know, actual DVD case downstairs in my house, so you know, I put them in there, and then I have 2 GTA 4s. I've got the episodes from Liberty City, and then I've actually got the complete edition, so having that episodes from Liberty City is basically redundant because everything comes in here. But I think when I asked for it for Christmas, because my parents were like, "What do you want for Christmas?" and I said, "GTA 4, please," and that was it. I think it was GTA 4, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. They were the 2 games I wanted the most, because GTA 4 I had on the Xbox 360, sold it like an absolute moron, and spent 2 years moping about it. And then Metal Gear Rising Revengeance just looked like a wicked game, so I wanted that. But I think my parents got the wrong one, so they got episodes from Liberty City, and then I pointed towards the complete edition, which had the main game, because it was the main game that I was nostalgic for. I never had the DLCs, so what I'm doing right now on the channel, that's the second time I've played through the DLCs. And we got Arkham Origins, which I was searching for forever because I've got all the Arkham games but this one, so when I got it I was quite pleased. And then Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Then over here, past the Dr. Neo Cortex lamp and the Crash Pop figure, we've got my PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 games. Now, I've got way more on the system, but I really should be getting more physical ones, considering they're doing digital only from now on, which is stupid. I wish I could just tell my younger self, hey, get some physical ones, but it was like some of the ones that I've done, like Mafia and Mafia 2, which is going to be coming up, I got them for free through the monthly games, so, you know, it was a win for me. I don't really get them again, but the only game I've purchased 2 of, and I think it was really stupid, I mean, it was really stupid to get it on the Switch to begin with, is Red Dead Redemption. Now, I'm not going to pull out the case because I don't want to spoil it to, there's a friend of mine who's playing through Red Dead Redemption 2, and I don't want to spoil Red Dead Redemption 1, because Red Dead Redemption 1 is the sequel to Red Dead Redemption 2, but it came first. Yeah, it's one of them things. It's like Star Wars. And yeah, so I've got my 3 PS5 games. These are the only PS5 games that I've got on my console, that are physical, because I don't think any other PS5 games are just PS4 games that have given me a PS5 upgrade, so these are purely PS5 ones. First Light, by the way, really cool. But yeah, I was really disappointed though when Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 came to PS Plus monthly games at least a month after I bought it. Yeah, move that like that. There we are. For God's sake, they're all falling over again. I've only just rearranged my shelves because originally all my games were on one shelf and it just looked terrible. Yeah, so I'll scan through the ones that are in the light there. But yeah, so that's the PlayStation shelf. Then if we move up, we have the Nintendo shelf, a very interesting shelf. So we got a Game Boy, which currently has Tetris in it, but there are 2 other games there. I think one of them is a Mario Tetris and one of them is a rip-off Tetris. We got these Mario and Luigi McDonald's toys from way back when. I remember actually getting these, I think it was like 6, maybe 5 or 6. Got a random arcade machine back there. Then we got this little tin of a SNES controller. 4 DS games, but actually I've got way more. They're just in there because I lost the cases. Well, I didn't. My parents did when they got the DS. I got 2 DS Lites, 1 DSi XL, and 1 3DS there. I don't know why I've got Evan from Ni no Kuni 2 in the Nintendo section when Ni no Kuni 2 is there in the PlayStation section. I think it was just to separate the Switch games, but there are my Switch games. I've definitely got way more on the console that I bought, but they're my physical ones. Then I've got 2 GameCube games, 2 of the GameCube games I wanted, which was Mario Sunshine and Mario Kart Double Dash. And then we got the Wii games. These 2 Lego games I was searching for forever, and when I got them at a CEX, I jumped for joy. They are so good. Both good films, actually. Both good film series. Then I've got these Xbox games that I couldn't sell at CEX, so you know, they said the Skylanders ones needed to be in a set, and Lego Marvel Superheroes is apparently not from this country, so that's good. And then up here is just the films that I keep in my room. These are my films. I've got some horror at the end. I actually have a Saw box set downstairs, which we're rewatching all the Saw films at the minute. So that's from that. And then same with the Sopranos. We got a Sopranos series box set, like this Game of Thrones one over here. That was up here until, you know, we've only just recently started it. We're about halfway through season 1. And I've got this Arkham Asylum Batmobile, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's most of the shelves. And then just lastly, Walter White's RV from Breaking Bad, and a Pickle Rick, practically like my shirt. But yeah, I think it's pretty neat to have that up there. I mean, it's got nothing to do with the stuff I have, but you know, I had nowhere else to put it, so that's that. Moving over, got my books. So I've been reading the Bond books for ages, since January last year. I've only got to You Only Live Twice, but I've actually haven't started it yet. I've watched all of these, I've read all of these, but I haven't started You Only Live Twice because just underneath is my other bookshelf, and I've just been reading Blood Meridian because it's very interesting. If you know the lore on Blood Meridian, then you know why it's interesting. But yeah, and then underneath more books. If you're interested in my art channel, which I've mentioned, then that one, that one, that one, and that one are all art books that I might do a tour of. And then just underneath is just other stuff that has no relevance, and with this bit of paper we have my controller box, wires box, and then in my rucksack that I've repurposed, I've put my PS2 controller because there's no space over here, my Switch box, the OLED model, because you know, it's up on the shelf, and my Wii is in there with all the cables included, so that's safe. But yeah, other than that, here's just some other books that I couldn't figure out how to put anywhere else, and then it's on its own. There used to be other things here. Then I got Mr. Burns over there, and then other than that, that's about that. Kratos. And then I got the map to New York when we went to New York. And I got this big horror pixel art, sequin diamond art, actually that's what it's called, that you see when I'm sitting in front of my TV, because I usually sit here and my phone is recording my face, which is over here, so like put that in the selfie mode. And then if I move my chair over, so I'm usually here, and then you see behind me, you got that. I mean, that's if I haven't cropped it down or anything. We got the No Country for Old Men one up there, which hides in the corner of my videos. But yeah, this is basically it. And then I've got my consoles next to me so I can access them. And then I've got, you know, my stuff right here, and then I just play the games. And then when I'm not doing this, I'll show you. I use this tripod because I don't have a capture card for PS3, and if I did, or PS3 and PS2, and if I did, my computer would not be able to process that kind of stuff, because my computer is bloody awful. No matter how good it is, it's good for everything else, but it's not good for big stuff like that. Like, I got Team Fortress 2 on my computer because it was one of my most anticipated games ever, and yeah, it just didn't work, so it was really terrible. But here's where I put my chair when I'm filming one of those PS3 videos. I then close my blinds. So it's dark. This is the darkest it'll be, and there's my fan, so that's always off because it's blimmin' hot right now. And then I just put that, flip it around to this black bit for my phone, and then I take the case down, put the phone right there, and then see, and then I just crop the screen. I move everything from the front there, and then yeah, that's basically how I film those videos. I mean, it's not like the ideal way to film the videos. If I had a capture card and my PC worked and it weren't that hard, or even if when I downloaded GTA 4 on my PC, it was 18 quid, and it was all wasted because it didn't work even though I thought it would, and it was one of the most sad days of my life. I just couldn't do anything about it. Same with Team Fortress 2. But yeah, I mean, if that worked, then I could have recorded GTA 4 on there properly, and then I wouldn't have a PS3. But now I have a PS3, I can play PS1 games without a PS1. I mean, I could do that with a PS2 as well, but you know, I need a memory card for that. I don't know about the PS3 yet. There's no memory card area for it. But who would want to play Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PS1 on a PS3? It's wasted time. But anyways, enough about that. Thank you for watching this video. Bit of a different one, and right now I would go and film the next part to Family Guy on the PS2. So now that you've seen this, hopefully you have an insight into how I film these videos, and now the next video you watch will obviously be one with the tripod, so you know, you get that bit of insight. But yeah, thanks for watching this setup tour, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.